we can all. There's one thing we can all laugh at, and that's Doctor Who, because
Oh God, no.
they obviously a few days ago, I'm sure we've all heard this. They posted their overnight ratings for the most recent episode, which was
Boom,
An absolute
right?
masterpiece.
Boom. That was it. Yeah. So the third episode of Doctor Who has lost another 400,000 viewers. It's the worst viewership figures in the show's entire 60-year history. Just over 2 million. So it's 2.04 million viewers for their overnight ratings.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Don't mind me. We're having some problems here.
Uh-oh.
Because you mentioned Who.
It does
Yeah.
have something to do with Doctor Who. Just
I wonder
keep
how many more
going.
times I wonder how many more times the background's going to change. But
This is high quality content.
it is superb, yeah. And this is how well organized we are on Open Bar. Keep it going, Gundam. I believe in you.
Yeah, let's see. I got pressing buttons here.
Oh,
Oh, micro's still on.
I
Oh,
just want to
Christ
watch this.
almighty.
I want to see how it plays out. Looking good as.
Thank you.
But Ncuti Gatwa told us that we should go and touch grass and not watch the show. And so it seems like 400,000 people have answered the call. Nice place you live in, as I like that.
Thank you. I just bought it during the show.
It's looking
I
good,
knew
yeah.
he was living well.
This is your bathroom, isn't it, that you've been getting done?
Yes, yes. I got a grand piano in there, you know.
You always had the fingers of a wonderful pianist, I could tell.
I have been commented on my wonderful pianist before, yes.
Could we have some Moonlight Sonata?
Maybe later tonight.
All right. It does match my Jinx Monsoon, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that fucking character.
Do you know, that's an
But-
episode I
Hey,
didn't
Gundam's
anywhere
back.
near, but it feels like I watched that episode, even though I didn't. Like, in a bad way. It's like, go.
You sort of absorbed the stink of that episode just by talking about it, perhaps.
Well, see,
But
I
it doesn't
got,
make me... Sorry.
I was gonna say I got like traded by people telling me that Boom was great. They were like, "That's they said is way better than all the other episodes I had seen of the new era. Well, the RTD return, you know, whatever you want to call that as an era. But I don't even know. Fucking Az, you've seen a selection. What's the best one out of all the ones you've
Which
seen
one
recently?
put music in your soul?
No.
Exactly. That's how I feel too.
Just no.
No.
Now I,
mean,
have
just-
to watch it because everybody seems so adamant against this. Look how inspiring this is.
I mean, it's glorious. You know, it's stunning and brave. But conceivably, could they dip below 2 million for their overnight ratings if we carry on like this?
Yeah,
Oh,
very
that's
much
obvious.
so. Very much
It
so.
kind of looks like it, right? If you
I think
drew a
they
line.
did. Well, the 2.04, I definitely think that's a rating based off the first two back-to-back episodes, which were absolutely appalling. Some people, for some reason, think the Moffat episode was good. Whatever. So next week, you might actually see it go up a little bit because of the Moffat rating. But there's only 8 episodes, and I could see it because we're back to RTD after that. I could see that just dipping below 2 million on overnights.
Yeah. Is it just like a dead franchise now? Like, have
Yeah.
people just completely checked out of it?
Yeah, it's the same as Star Trek. Star Trek's dead. Doctor Who's absolutely dead.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. They're rebooting Star Trek, you bigot. It's going to be back and bigger than ever.
Yeah, not so much. Yeah, not so much. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about it.
That's a
Doesn't
good
matter
point,
if
actually.
they boot it. Doesn't matter if they put. It's a new Kirk and Spock, and nobody gives a fuck. There's been 58 fucking Kirks now and 68,000 fucking Spocks, and they're all fucking retarded. apart
It's so
from-
funny because it's like the new one. Meanwhile, me and Drinker made we recently completed our Star Trek OG films journey, which is just like, yeah, that's where you should spend your time instead. So watching the old
Yeah. Like, watching that and just feeling like, I watched a nice movie there. I really enjoyed that. That was
Mhm.
good. I remember when Star Trek was good and it could really move you and address, like, really interesting ideas in a smart way. That was
Make you
that was
think
good.
about
Space
things
Whales.
differently.
They were done. It was done beautifully, you know. He's got to appreciate that. That's gonna. There's really another one coming. I thought they were trying to bait out Star Trek 4. Are they
Oh,
actually
no.
rebooting
It's
again?
rebooted now, dude. It's over.
Fuck's sake.
Well,
So what's the nature of this reboot then? How's that work?
I don't know. They just like announced it.
Okay. Is it like a Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars announcement, or is it like a legit?
Yeah,
Like,
is it
this
real?
actually
Let me
happening?
look. Now I gotta go find it.
Well, they've been trying to get a fourth movie going for years, and some people have thought it's way further on than is actually the reality. Because the reality is they kept approaching the actors, and the actors kept declining. And so one of their Star Trek 4 announcements was, "We're doing Star Trek 4 approaching the actors again." That was actually an announcement. Was they're approaching the actors again to see whether or not they're interested in Star Trek 4. And now they go,
We got
the whole thing again.
According to the Hollywood Reporter, the production company is currently in talks with Simon Kinberg of X-Men to produce a Star Trek feature film for the big screen. According to THR, the film would be set decades before the 2009 Star Trek movie directed by J.J. Abrams. How is it going to have Kirk and Spock?
It's like
Wow.
Baby Kirk or something. He'll just be crawling around on the floor of the Enterprise.
On the
Baby.
captain's chair.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, by the way, that when we did our little recap of Undiscovered Country, one of the ideas was to do like a prequel that was going to be set in Starfleet Academy when Kirk, Spock, and Bones all met each other for the first time. And Paramount rejected it because it was fucking stupid and no one wanted that. And that was in 1990.
So that's a different time.
Yeah, that was
people
when
had
they still
standards.
had. That's when they had some respect.
There were still two genders in 1990. What cavemen they were.
The new Star Trek project is still set to have Abrams' involvement, so
Ah.
that's great. But Kinberg would be stepping in to produce the new movie. THR says that audiences would get the chance to see the world of Star Trek in a time period much closer to our own, featuring the development of Starfleet and initial contact with alien life.
Hi,
Wow.
that's called Star Trek Enterprise.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
And
now
that wasn't
getting
amazing
other
either, but-
stuff.
It was. I tell you what, you watch it now, you'd be like, "Holy shit, this is actually really good."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And seasons 3 and 4 were actually they really did get a lot better. Don't touch that finale with a barge pole, though. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think what was his name? Rick Berman even came out and apologized for that in the years following it. Like, just straight up said that was a fucking terrible idea. Shouldn't have done it. Really sorry. So I mean, there is that. Like, remember when filmmakers would have a bit of humility and they would acknowledge when they screwed up?
Yeah,
I don't think Russell T Davies is ever going to say, "I'm sorry for the 14th Doctor. It was a bad idea. I gave you terrible scripts for this." It's just not going to happen.
No,
I don't think he
Dark
cares.
time. Why would he?
Well,
He doesn't have to.
I tried to like put myself in the mindset of this guy. Like,
That's where you made your first mistake.
Well, true, yeah, mind. But it's like you 20 years ago, you brought Doctor Who back from the dead. You produced some excellent scripts, gave us some great storytelling. You really made this work. Then you're brought back 20 years later. You're older. The show's on the downward spiral into oblivion already. What do? Do you try and produce really good stuff and recapture the magic of your earlier days? Or do you just indulge all your whims as a person and as a creative and just make it all about you and what matters to you? And it seems like we have our answer.
100, please do.
Yeah. Well, it seems like we have our answer. He's obviously getting to do what he wants to do and tell the stories he wants to tell, as your background would attest to.
This just looks like something that is inspiring. There's a little
Yes.
boy right now who's twerking on TikTok who
But I
saw
think-
Doctor Who for the first time, and he is going to change the world later when he picks his new gender.
I think Russell genuinely believes this is groundbreaking TV. And I hope it was worth it, Russell. I really hope it was, to stroke your ego and just let you indulge your whims as a creative. So we can add another show to the list of stuff that can be consigned to the ash heap of history. So
Did he get paid for it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Then
assume
he
so.
wins. Hell, if I got paid to chump out some trash, I'd smile all the way to the bank.
I don't know, Gundam. Would you really want to be connected to this?
I'm ready to sell out. I'm tired of being broke. Let's go. Doctor Who is a gay alien with 2 vaginas. Next season. Tune
And
in.
17 penises.
Hermaphrodite. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is that Drigger, was that a reference to the Mitchell and Webb show? Or did you do that by accident?
I just did that by accident.
They have in this sketch show, they do make fun of like British documentaries, and they're like, "We are now going to look into the life of the man who lives with 17 penises."
I was kind of thinking a little bit about Father Ted when Dougal's describing the beast of Craggy Island, where he's like, its hands are as big as cups, and instead of a mouth, it's got 4 arses.
If I remember that sketch, probably the 17 penises one. I think it's David Mitchell, and he's just like, most things are normal. It gets in the way every once in a while.
I imagine it would.
But when you mentioned about Star Trek there, I haven't even thought about that franchise, apart from like what Muller and I have done, like going back, 30, 40 years to like examine the really old stuff. I haven't thought about anything current that they've been doing for a long time. Because they've got like Strange New Worlds, they've got Discovery, they've got Below Decks as well.
Yeah.
They're going to do last time I heard they were going to do like a Section 31 show.
Oh. Yeah, apparently that's going ahead. Apparently.
But who watches it? Who even cares about it at this point? Nobody seems to be talking about Star Trek anymore. At least back in the day, there was a bit of anger about things like Discovery, like, wow, this is a bit shit.
Apathy.
Now no one even cares.
That's the problem. When people are angry, it's because they're passionate. It's because they care. It's because they do care. You're angry because you've seen something that you've loved being turned into this, and you're angry because you want to voice your opinion. And you want to get them to change it to how it was. When apathy sets in, that's it. Apathy is the death of you. That's the death of your franchise. Not the anger, because that shows you still care. The apathy just shows that no one gives a fuck anymore. And apathy is reflected in the viewership, as you've seen with Doctor Who. Ever since they did the Timeless Children, that was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
And the refusal to backtrack on the Timeless Children. Once that was done, that was the nail in the coffin for a lot of long-time Doctor Who fans. And without Russell T Davies, we thought, is there a chance the guy who actually did wonderful things for Doctor Who coming back, retcon the Timeless Children, let's get back to a madman in a box. We don't care that Ncuti Gatwa was black and gay. Is he going to be a doctor? That was kind of like the vibe. And he came back and was like, oh no, it's going to be about transgenderism and fucking gay and all this kind of crap, because this is the world I live in, and I believe that my world's correct and you need to be preached to. And it's like, oh no, okay, it's dead. Okay, we get it. So that's where a lot of people just go, done.